Welcome to the Secret Podcast, everybody. My name's George, and you're with me in beautiful, well, right outside of St. Augustine, and actually it's raining. It's not really that beautiful right now. Anyway, it's June, I think, because it's June, and you know what that means. Baseball! Yay! Little known fact about me is I have a shovel attached to my Jeep because I am a nerd who takes this shit way too seriously. Another little known fact about me is before I started taking this shit way too seriously, I worked for Parks and Rec. And the ball field that you're in right now, I built with my own two hands. And a tractor. And a bulldozer. And a 20-person prison crew. Unless you're really into baseball, there's a lot of stuff about baseball fields you just don't know. Right? They're mathematically complex. The pitcher's mound has to be a certain distance away from third base, which has to be a certain distance away from second, which has to be a certain distance away from home. And it's crazy. All of the foul lines have to be a certain distance from the fences. The home plate has to be a certain distance from the backstop. Mathematically, these things are hard to build. Well, I guess they're easy if you know math, but I don't. So, little known fact, this field is slightly off square. No one ever caught on to that. And no one will unless you tell them. Snitches get stitches. All of these mathematical equations that you use to build these ball fields, they are rooted in one thing. Home plate. Home plate is where every single measurement comes off of. If you move home plate even by a millimeter, the entire ball field is essentially built by me. So we make sure that home plate can't move. We make sure it can't move by anchoring it in place in very, very specific ways. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up home plate, and I'm going to show you how it's anchored. Seems easy enough, right? No more guesswork. Hang on. All right, guys, look. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. All right? I tried for like 15 minutes to get home plate up, and I just couldn't. It looks like when I put it in, because I was, the super smart professional ball field designer that I am, I didn't wait until the concrete was set before I put home plate in. Like, you can look and you can see. At least I tried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you third. I've already pulled it up. Third base, not concreted in, but done the same way as home plate. They don't concrete in, like, first, second, and third base. Because, Little League games, you got to pull them up. You got to move them around. So you'll at least get to see what home plate looks like underneath. So you flip over third, and you've got this pipe. On this base is another pipe that slides into this. This is rusted. You can't. But this pipe right here would be concreted in, and all of this is concrete, right? And you just be able to slide the base in, slide the base out. That's how home plate was built in the 80s. Now, full disclosure, since about mid to late 90s, they weren't all built like that. Only really shitty parks had them like that after the 90s, like this park. This is a shitty park. Now, they're about 10 inches deep. Their home plate itself is like 10 inches thick. It's at an angle, and if you were to dig at home plate, you would have to dig a circle around home plate, like 6 to 8 inches away from home plate, just to get underneath it, to pull it up. You'd have to dig down far. It'd be a pain. Anyway, that is why you can't dig up home plate. At least in Boston. You can't dig up home plate here because I'm an idiot.